What's up, everybody? We are over on World Flipper today to take a look at the Regis Murakumo kind of one-punch team. A lot of you guys may know what this team is. This is a Thunder one-punch team that's pretty fun to play, and it's something that came to mind. I did the Metis Thunder Fever video a little bit earlier this week, and then I did the Belsidia Love kind of one-punch build for the Mother Love Advanced. And I wanted to see if this team could go in and do the same, and sure enough, it did. So you guys may know what this team is, but for anybody that doesn't, this is the Regis Metis Murakumo build for doing a little bit of one-punching. It does involve an armament that comes from the Gacha portal. So the Philibus is a book. It's a 3-star book that comes from the Gacha armament portal. If you want to build this team and you're missing this piece, I would not spend beads trying to pull this book. You are getting armament tickets that you may have used already, or you're getting them and you're saving them to use on the updated armament banner in the future. I wouldn't chase after this book. I wouldn't try to build this team and spend money to try to grab this book. It's just not, I don't think it's worth chasing after with beads. It's something that will probably come to you with tickets eventually if you're patient. But if you have it, this is a way to one-punch events in solo. It's a way to activate Fever like instantly and then do a bunch of like broken down state punishing and a lot of just skill damage right away. It's like a big nuke. So we have the Thor's Hammer on Regis. It's giving 30% to damage against broken down foes, and then 25% damage for this dealt against somebody with paralysis active. But this team is even better when you have multiple Thor Hammers on the souls. I don't even have the Thor Hammer here. I have the Shadow Flash core, and I have another Axe core. You don't even need those cores there. You can do 2 Thor's Hammers here, and it makes this team even more efficient. But I didn't switch them out here because I wanted to see if I could still build it without wasting right pieces, because I already had souls implanted, and it's something that still works. It's about entering Fever and then nuking down with the Metis and the Regis. The Shasuzu's giving skill gauge. You have Alk, which is the MC. He is giving skill gauge to Metis, and then you have underneath Shasuzu, you have Renior. Renior, if you don't know what she does, the skill's activated for the first time. She gets 50% skill gauge and then 20% damage dealt against foes with paralysis. And then she is the one that's inflicting paralyze. So if I go back, sorry, I went away from that so quickly. We have the Fiery and Explosive Concoction inflicting thunder damage, reduced thunder resistance, and paralyze on foes in front. So she is the one with her Acto skill, which goes when Shasuzu goes right away and inflicts paralyze. And as we saw with the Thor's Hammer, you are now going to be doing extra damage against those units that have paralysis inflicted. So it's a nice little way to just nuke down stuff. It's a way to enter Thunder Fever quickly. It's another form of a one-punch team. It's something that if you can build it, it is fun to use. Any kind of one-punch team, when you go in, it's just really fun to watch it work right, because it's a very satisfying feeling seeing a boss disappear. Doesn't mean to take these one-punch teams into co-op like difficulty events like Godly and stuff like that. That's not what this is for. This is for just solo farming some events, solo farming boss battles, doing stuff that you're just solo farming. The Philibus does give skill gauge, so it also helps boost up your ability to activate your skill gauge. That's why this piece is so important, to help you enter Fever by activating your skills right away, because Metis has that ability 3 when she is in that main slot. She's going to be getting 50% attack when a skill is activated to a maximum of 100%, and the first time 500 to the Fever gauge. So when I show you guys this team running, you'll see when these go off, the Fever just like that, it just starts and it triggers all these abilities of while in Fever mode. So if you're looking for a way or a team to do that, I'm gonna hop over and show you guys the run and what it looks like, but this is it. So if we hop into a Motherly Advanced run on solo, just like I did with the Belsidia team in the video before, you'll see the Shasuzu goes, then the Metis goes, and then the Regis Murakumo follow. We were in Fever, which was triggered by the Metis going, and it's over in about 5 seconds. Yeah, 5.38. So it's another one-shot team that can one-shot this Motherly Love Advance. This is a team that can mess up a lot easier than Belsidia. Belsidia's is so consistent because Belsidia has this huge cannon shot. It's very wide. You're able to clip each side of the boss and hit those 2 side hitboxes, and the skill beam that comes from Regis when the Regis and Murakumo activate their skill is much thinner, so it has a much higher chance of going up, and you shoot across and you won't be able to hit each side, and you won't kill the boss. It will stay alive, so the runs will take a little bit longer. As you guys can see here, the beam on the right-hand side is going right across the boss, and it's clashing into that right HP bar, so it's able to nuke this boss down. But if that beam misses the two corners and it somehow just goes through the middle, or it doesn't hit exactly, it won't do exactly what you want it to, and it will fail. This is specifically for the Mother Love. Other dungeons, this team literally absolutely destroys them because they're not super high HP bosses, but this one in particular has a lot more HP. So this is just something I wanted to point out here. That's why it is successful if you're able to time it. If you're doing this on manual and you're able to time it and kind of hit those little points, you'll be fine in here. And I do want to show you this in co-op. I know you're not supposed to take fever in co-op. I just wanted to show you what happens if you do. It will go off in that same fashion, and then Regis will activate. See, he's clipping right there. He's clipping the side. You have the 9 chain go off. That's not guaranteed to happen every time, depending on who joins you in co-op, because they might not have auto-activating skills. But this still works in co-op, even though it's fever. Don't take fever into hard co-op. I think that's a better way to look at it. You don't want to take fever in and just die immediately because you're not able to keep up or do enough damage. When it's a really easy solo run or it's a very easy co-op run, I think fever's fine. But when it's a harder co-op run is when fever kind of just falls way off the wayside based on how fever works and stacking hits versus solo and co-op. It's a mess. So stick to solo with this thing if you are going to use it. At least that's what I recommend. It will lead to a lot better results. You won't have to struggle, and people won't get upset that you're running fever with them. One punch teams are pretty fun, especially if they can consistently work and do what they're meant to do. You'll result in quickly farming whatever event you're trying to do, and this one is fairly easy to build. You just need the Metis if you have her, and the Murakumo is free to play. So all right guys, this is going to be it for my look at the Regis Murakumo Metis little one-shot team. It is fun if you're able to put it together. If you're not, there are other one punch teams that you can build that don't involve chasing after an armament book. It's just something that I did want to show here because it is quite fun. Appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. If you guys are celebrating the holidays tonight, I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful night. Hope you and your family stay safe. And then I've got the Christmas Shishiro video coming for tomorrow for a little bit of a fun World Flipper Christmas special involving the man himself, Christmas Shishiro. So if you're looking forward to that, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button if you're new, if you're looking forward to more World Flipper content all around. Appreciate you being here once again, and happy holidays. Peace, guys.